Hello and welcome to the live stream of the Juryo division with your mates, Sumo Mainichi. My name's Amy. I'm here with Dave. We're in Melbourne, Australia to bring you all of the action of day one. And we're kicking it off early. We've got the last few bouts of Makushita because there's a very exciting visitor. How are you?
Very, very good. Happy day one to you, Amy. Happy day one to sumo fans around the world. As we come to the Kyushu Basho, the final Basho of the calendar year, a time for reflection, a time for thinking about sumo and thinking about your own life.
Yeah, reflecting.
And that's what we're going to do over the next hour.
What are you reflecting on right now?
Well, I'm thinking about the year that was 2023 in sumo.
Good year.
Great year.
Interesting year.
One of the better years, I would say.
I would say that too, actually. I think it's been a really good year. Lots of few controversies.
Another year of exciting results. On your screen at the moment, you can see, who do we have there on the left? That's Kiryuko up against Karyu on the right of your screen. We've got a few bouts to go in Makushita before we hit the big time, aka Juryo, the second best division in sumo. And as you said, we have a big bout.
Well, I called him a visitor. It's Wakataka Kage. The only reason I'm calling him a visitor, he's not a visitor to Makushita. He's actually in Makushita this time around, Makushita 6 East. But I don't think he'll be in Makushita for very long.
No, I think he'll be just breezing past. Won't take him very long at all in this division. But we saw, just before we started the stream, we saw Wakataka Kage come out, sit down with a very, very heavily strapped knee. We knew this was going to be the case, but it's very confronting.
So he's been out for quite a while, fallen all the way down from Sekiwake down to Makushita 6 East because of the knee surgery. And yeah, it'll be interesting. How did you said he looked big, but maybe not as chunky as he was before, not as toned, perhaps?
No, I'd agree. I think we saw he's lost a little bit of condition over the last few months, which is absolutely understandable.
Yeah, how could you not?
How could you not? But what they can't take away from him is what's in his head. And that's a whole lot of sumo knowledge and sumo understanding. So I think as we go back there, just as the ads finish, we see the man we're talking about on the screen, Wakataka Kage, returning from probably 4 Basho break, or has it been 3? I think it's been 4. I could look, but...
Yeah, I could click on it, find out.
I'm absolutely hypnotised by the vision that we're getting here of Wakataka Kage. He has an opponent today.
Yep, his opponent is
you wouldn't guess though, Kayo.
Kayo participated in the 7-way playoff for the Makushita Yusho back in September. He didn't win it. That was Hitoshi, who we'll see later in Juryo, who's moved up to Juryo 11, I think. But Kayo, certainly from Nishonoseki Beya, has been representing himself well. He's 24 years old and hasn't been in sumo for very long. Came in through the system where you go straight into Sandanme, which has had its overhaul now.
The Tsukedashi system.
Tsukedashi, letting more people into the sumo world, which is a good thing. But for now, his day one opponent is Wakataka Kage.
Now, the husband there looks less into Wakataka Kage than the wife.
Lots of lady fans, we can say, Wakataka Kage has, and his brother as well, and probably the third brother as well, I'd say. They're big, very popular with the ladies, probably some men as well, and here they go.
Looks like they're down. Wakataka Kage comes forward, but gives up the belt to Chaos straight away, fights his way back into it, but it's all one-way traffic.
Wow.
As Kayo takes out the ex-Yusho winner, ex-Ozeki, Wakataka Kage. What do you make of that? I feel like this is a huge anticlimax.
It was, and he was frustrated about it. And well, he should be. He's wanting to establish that dominance right from the start, but he comes up against someone in form and plucky and, who just backed himself.
Now, prior to this bout, some people have been saying that Wakataka Kage will only be a visitor in Makushita. After today,
who would say that?
Well, I'm not going to name names.
I feel like that's too early to say that.
After today's result, what do you think?
It does make me think actually that I've seen him lose many times on day one. He's actually someone who, in my mind, loses on day one, Wakataka Kage. And when I look back through his record, he actually has lost. I don't have a percentage or anything because I just thought of that then. But he does often lose on day one. That looks like at least 60%, right? But the problem with losing on day one in Makushita is that you only have 6 other tries. So we won't see him tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So good luck to him.
Welcome to the chat, Scott and Annie. So great to have you here. Ben Marshman, that's Dr. Ben Marshman. So great to have you along. Hope you're all enjoying the sumo action so far. In what we call the basho of reflection, Kyushu.
Well, for Wakataka Kage, it definitely is after that.
Well, I would recommend he needs to probably go and stand in front of a mirror.
I think so.
And make direct eye contact with himself and just ask the question, hey, what? Actually, that's probably too deep a cut, but
You've
can you explain that?
You've got to look at our Instagram for that. English translated, auto-translated the comments of the Tokitsukaze training video, and there were some funny bits in it. Check our Instagram out. We've got Kodatebakari here up against Otsuji. Otsuji using the hips to try to bumpity Kodatebakari out, and he succeeds in doing so. A little shove off the doyo there. Little powerful win on day one for Otsuji.
This is another great bout for Makushita today. Something about this division. Certainly, yeah, I know what you're thinking. There's a lot going on here, and the bouts come at you thick and fast. But we are patiently waiting for Juryo to start. We're coming into our final bout, actually. We've got Oshomi and Takeru Fuji. That's not Takara Fuji.
No, that's
Takeru Fuji.
A couple of guys with names very similar to people that we know more well.
Yeah, it's like...
I like those names.
Mum, can we get Takara Fuji? Well, we've got Takara Fuji at home. And when you get home, it's Takeru Fuji. not to take anything away from the 24-year-old from Aoyama Ken in Japan. He's at Isagahama Baya. Is that right? Have I read that kanji right?
Yeah.
Okay, good on me.
He's got 2 Yusho. He's got the Jonakuchi Yusho and the Jonidan Yusho in his 2 first appearances.
Yeah.
No Sandanme Yusho. And as yet, he went 6-1. As yet, no Makushita Yusho. But at Makushita 1, he will be looking for a rise at least up into the Juryo ranks.
On your screen at the moment, we can see Oshomi with that heavily strapped right shoulder. That's comfort tape on the top. And he's got what they call secret tape, which is under the arm. People say of that tape that's about remembering a lost person in your life.
Oh.
Well, that in terms of arm structure, the soft bit of skin under the arm does nothing.
Well, maybe it's a little tribute to some of the guys at his Heya who just had to quit because of the Naruto Beya scandal, which we'll talk about a little bit later with the guy who his name is, I was going to say based off, but similar to, or Shoma. Later today. Can't be an easy place to be at the moment, although we have no insight into what's actually happening there. But we'll talk about that a little bit later.
And look, we've never let not having insight stop us before. No. And look, we're not about to start now.
Big old guesses.
Well, we've the crowd in attendance have been very quiet so far. Doing the wise thing, which is to ease yourself into a day of sumo. You don't want to peak too early.
They didn't mind the Juryo Doyo Iri. They had a little clap for that one.
They did. They certainly did. Our final bout of Makushita before we get into the Juryo action, Oshomi and Takeru Fuji. Mind games at the Tachi-ai. Let's get on with it, boys. It looks like Takeru Fuji on top. It sounds like I'm saying Takara Fuji.
It does.
As we see Takeru Fuji dump down Oshomi for a win on day one. As he saunters back. Well, it is time. We come to Juryo. The reason that we're all here today, the reason if you're in a similar time zone to Japan, you are giving up your Sunday afternoon. And if you're in America, the reason you're staying up way too late.
And if you're in Europe, you're getting up way too early. Terrible time zone for all of us, all of you, apart from some of us over here down under.
Absolutely.
New Zealand, I see you.
All right, let's have a look at this first bout. What a treat they have for us. We have Hakuyozan up against Azumaryu. Hakuyozan has been a regular fixture in Juryo over the last couple of years, but today he is with us as a visitor from Makushita 1. His opponent, Azumaryu, down at Juryo 14. We haven't seen him down at this rank for a while.
No, and going 3-12 in September from Juryo 6. Definitely looked injured. He was at that stage where everybody knows it, and his opponents are usually being quite careful to keep him on his feet, to make sure he doesn't fall backwards off the doyo, to make sure he doesn't crash down to the ground. The limp was obvious last time around. Can't see a sign of it yet, but the knee's still taped, the old one above, one below encirculation of the knee.
I don't mind that. It's a very popular technique.
Encirclement.
Supports the knee, but cuts down on tape costs. Hakuyozan, his highest rank was Juryo 3. And just as he looked like he was going to be knocking on the door of the top division, he stalled out a little bit with an injury. This was back in March 2019. And from there, he hasn't really set the world ablaze, the 28-year-old. Have we seen his best sumo? I don't know.
Well, that knee paper mache implies that it's quite likely. There's always a different flavour about Juryo. And this time around, for me, it's a real mix of young and old. There are still some very exciting young names. Onosato and those guys. Hitoshi. Yuma. And then we've got Aoyama up the top, who's come down. We've got Kageaki.
We've got Chiyoshima.
Again, Chiyoshima. Day one of the Chiyoshima Henka competition that we're running. Very exciting.
Well, we should talk a little bit about that competition. We've actually closed entries for that competition, but our friends at tagatastore.com, which is run by Dr. Ben Marshman, is giving away a Tagata of Chiyoshima. So I think we'll all be watching his bouts this time around with great, great interest. We were discussing the rules of the competition before. Now, should we have had that sorted out before we started the competition? Sure.
Are we that kind of people?
No.
No, we're not. Here we go with Hakuyozan pushing forward. Azumaryu darts out of the way quite quickly, but Hakuyozan was very quick to recover and pushed Azumaryu out and didn't take the care required to stop him falling back off the doyo. Azumaryu, I'm calling it now, he will not finish or should not finish this basho because he's very much in the situation, it looks like, from that limp on the left leg that he was in September. It's sad to see Azumaryu.
It's really, really hard to watch. And as he was going over, I thought this is going to be a long 15 days for Azumaryu. But I think you're right. I think he might call it here. He's 36 years old.
Yeah. Yep, 88 basho in total. So it hasn't been a massive career, but it's been very long. He's been in since 2009. Obviously came in a little bit later than some, so would love to stick it out, but that age and the joints just aren't, I can say from experience, aren't where they used to be.
Well, Azumaryu is an interesting case when we consider the framework of the zone of optimal sumo, which for Azumaryu occurred in March of this year. So he would have been 35. The experience got him all the way to Maegashira 11. And then from there, he's had 3 relatively disastrous basho, 213, 7 and 8. And then that sad 3 and 12 from last time.
Poor old Azumaryu, but a good win for Hakuyozan on day one. I wanted to say thank you. Now that I see you in the chat, Siggy, are you having a big night tonight? I think you're having a big night.
Hey, Siggy.
Exciting night. Tell us where you're at. I think it's really cool. I wanted to say thank you for everyone who has donated to the Sumo Mainichi sake fund, of which Siggy just did. Thank you so
thanks,
much. Absolute
Siggy.
legend. That we are enjoying this massive bottle of sake that we can see. You can see on our Instagram as well. And we're just so thankful for everyone who's helping us out with that. Giving us something to drink for the basho. So thank you so much. If you want to donate to that, it's sumomainichi@gmail.com at PayPal.
And you can leave us a message there too, which some people have been doing.
Leave us a message.
And most of it's been positive.
Yeah. Tim, Sumo, hello, welcome. As usual, amazing to have you here. And can I say that Scott and Annie are in
Oh, they're there now.
Kagoshima Prefecture. They're there now. We're going to be seeing them when we go over.
Oh, okay.
Ibusuki right now, and have been in Kyushu for quite a while, I think. There was a great picture of them in Shodai's hometown recently.
Oh.
Getting about the place. I love it. This is
Well,
Chiyosakaye against Shiden.
And Shiden on your screen at the moment. Look at that photo. What a powerful sumo aura this man
He does.
presents. His opponent today, Chiyosakaye, and we can see there on the back of Chiyosakaye, a lot of cupping marks there. For people who aren't familiar, that's a common sumo treatment for stagnant blood. Can be a problem. The blood can just stop moving up the back, apparently.
Well, there's a lot of area for the blood to go through
True,
in some
true.
of these guys. And so, important to keep it moving round.
What's the number of cups that's too many cups on the back?
Well, I think that's getting there. I'm not sure you could have more cups than that. There's one space I can see.
Well,
Get a cup there. Get cupped.
The gumbai is pointed forward. Chiyosakaye on the left of your screen, Shiden on the right. Take a beautiful close shot from Abema TV. And Chiyosakaye wanders forward. The tension of the occasion, obviously, just getting inside his head. Shiden now with a very, very good understanding of the Chiyosakaye game plan. Can he turn that to his advantage? I wasn't expecting that. All right, this time. Oh, Shiden comes forward under the arm strong, but Chiyosakaye defends well. But he's giving up ground as Shiden with that right hand on the belt forces Chiyosakaye over. A moment of resignation as Chiyosakaye could not see a way out of that predicament that he found himself in. Day one win for Shiden.
And that is very good for him because he finished off September with 4 losses. And that took him to 6-9. It wasn't a result that he wanted at Juryo 11. But luckily, there was a Juryo 12 to go to, which was pretty nice at 6-9.
Very generous.
He received a little bit of banzuke luck there, Shiden, but it would have been good for his psyche there to get a bit of a white dot, a shinboshi on day one.
Oh, they're flying through the bouts today. The next bout is Shimano-umi and Asakoryu. These two, I don't believe they've met. No, they have met one time. And Shimano-umi picked up that win. That, of course, who could forget, day 12 of September. It was like it was yesterday.
Sometimes I think about the previous basho and I cannot remember a single thing that happened or a single day or a single... I can't remember who won.
Well, it's
and then sometimes I remember everything.
It's the Sumo Mainichi style where we go very, very hard on sumo for 15 days and then don't think about it for the next 6 weeks.
We need some time off. We need some time off. Look, I wanted to say hello to Corey from Georgia. And Corey's here with Cody from Kodiak Woodworking. Now, there's something very exciting in January that I wasn't going to talk about until a little bit later, but I will. We're going to be giving away a beautiful pair of hyoshigi, which are the sticks that are clapped before the final bout. That's made by Cody from Kodiak Woodworking. So stick around for our competition in January.
Some absolutely beautiful woodworking going on there.
Beautiful stuff. So thanks you guys for being in the chat.
Great to have you. Carlos, welcome. Has Shishi fought yet? No, Shishi hasn't fought yet. He's up towards... He's the 5th last bout of the day. So
exciting.
Shishi fans, strap in. Lots of action to come. On your screen at the moment is Asakoryu x Ishizaki, the 25-year-old from Osaka, Japan. He's 176 centimeters tall, which is exactly the same height as me.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I could not have told you your height. I wouldn't have been able to estimate anywhere near that.
I used to be 177.
What did you just say you were? You said you were
176.
177. Oh, you went down.
Yeah.
Oh.
I might have been wearing shoes the first time. I'm not sure.
That's also what happens after 35. It just gets shorter. Yeah. Ishizaki, new name. Asakoryu, this is his second time around trying it out. I wonder how it feels.
Well,
Does it feel good for him?
Does it? So he changed it before the last Basho in September. He came in at Juryo 13 and went 7 and 8 and finds himself at the same rank. So it feels like a bit of a reset now for Asakoryu x Ishizaki, and I feel that the pressure's off now.
Yeah, well, his first 2 days in Juryo were Onosato and Ten Shoho.
Yeah.
Ten Shoho from Isagahama and Onosato from Nishonozeki, 2 of their sort of rising stars. And he lost both of those. And so a bit of an awakening for the little nugget. You can see his body form is good, but he couldn't quite pull off, his style of sumo. So coming up on day 1, this time around in November in Kyushu against Shimano-umi, a little blessing perhaps, although I guess I shouldn't speak so soon.
His opponent today, Shimano-umi, we don't need to say anything about him. You know him. As we take an ill-timed ad break.
I'm going to guess what happens.
Well, let's think about it. Shimano-umi comes in with a lot of experience.
Mm-hmm.
He's taller.
Mm-hmm.
He's stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Has more sumo
He's
under
more
his
married.
belt. He's more married. His partner has deeper sumo ties.
Yes, he's got more connections.
More connections. But that doesn't mean that I nearly said Ishizaki, Asakoryu won't be able to challenge him today, because Shimano-umi historically has been he's been a hot and cold.
Mm-hmm.
And by hot and cold, I mean mostly cold Rikishi.
Yeah, especially recently. Oh, there we go.
And there we go.
And we can see that, I think by that tiny little last bit, he triumphed. That was Asakoryu going down, right?
I think it was. And
Splayed legs.
We'll probably get a replay here. And apologies, there are some ads running that we blank out, just to avoid any copyright issues that might come up. But look, we'll get a replay of that. We'll talk you through it in the luxury of slow motion.
Yeah.
What a way to enjoy it for the first time. Will they?
Great question. Who saw it? Who can type it out in the chat? Anyone with it up anywhere else?
No, I think if people are watching this, they're here and they're committed to this stream.
That better be.
and we thank you for your understanding in these challenging times.
Carlos, that is so nice. Thank you. We do have an Australian tone, I would say.
Do we?
How to describe it. Thanks so much for being here. Shimano-umi loses. Oh, hang on a minute.
Hey, is that right?
Yeah, look, I'm going to bring up my Grand Sumo. I pay $7.99 or whatever for my Grand Sumo app.
All right, so you can do a little bit of
Replay.
a commentary just off your phone.
I'm just going to play it into the... Well, let's talk about this
Well,
bout.
you get that ready and I can talk about this one. So the next bout we have Yuma up against Hidenumi. Next, Yuma in at Juryo 13. He's 25 years old from Osaka. In only his second appearance in Juryo. The first time around didn't go so well for Yuma. He went 6 and 9 back in July. His opponent, though, Hidenumi, an old friend, did incredibly well last time, went 5 and 2. And I tell you what, that sent a shockwave through Juryo fans, knowing that the big man would be back.
Yep.
For the Basho of reflection.
Good sumo shape, good sumo form, good sumo feelings. Can he get in the zone of sumo this time around? His opponent is Hidenumi.
Hang on, Hidenumi's opponent is Hidenumi?
Oh, you're talking about Hidenumi this whole time?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Not the whole time, but
I didn't
some
listen
of
to the
time.
start because I was trying to look for this. Well, I don't need to do either of them then. You've talked about both.
Well, not really, but Hidenumi, if you're not aware, is the brother of Makuuchi Rikishi Tobizaru. No family resemblance there.
No, there isn't, is there?
Not at all.
No.
I mean, I have seen photos where I'm like, maybe, but then most of the other photos, when I see them together, I'm like, one of you is adopted.
I mean, do they need to have some family discussions?
Or both are adopted. That's
Yeah.
also a possibility.
Hidenomi is definitely, carries more weight and so is larger in the face. It could be just that. But yeah, they definitely don't look very alike.
Welcome to the chat, Tabby, who's come in hot with some actual factual reporting here, saying that Shimanumi actually won that bout that we missed
the
because
video's
of the
just
ads.
gone up.
Okay.
I'm not going to do it now.
No, we'll do it after this
Because
one.
I'm going to do Yuma v Hidenomi. Yuma back from the Shikiri-sen. Fists are down. Hidenomi springs forward as fast as his old body will go. He's trying to push Yuma down, but it's Yuma who darts out of the way, gets his hand on the back of Hidenomi's head and thrusts him down, spins him round. Hidenomi is on the ground.
That was some very, very cool and responsive sumo from Yuma today. Yeah, Hidenomi had the enthusiasm, looked sprightly
Yeah.
in his, let's say, his return to Juryo. But as we see on the replay, Yuma's ability to direct the flow of this bout, keep his head about him as he circles back around here. Their left hand on the back of the belt, a little spin, just for a little bit of Hollywood there to finish that bout off.
Juryo flourish. I like it. You're not worried about where you are on the Torakumi. You're just like, I'm going to do something cool. I'm going to spin away from it.
Welcome, Sumo Punks. So great to have you here.
Woo.
Hope you're good.
If you want another fantastic sumo
Yes.
podcast, these guys are where to look. Sumo Punks. Very fun.
Absolutely. Shit Goose, welcome. Not a sentence that I ever thought I'd say, but here we are.
How are you, Goose? It's really good to see you in here. Thank you so much for being here as usual.
His close friends can call him Goose, but to just
sorry.
casual acquaintances,
It's Shit Goose. Sorry, Shit Goose. Got to give us permission to use your short.
Yeah. Let us know when we're in the inner circle. Up next, we have current Juryo Yusho holder, Hitoshi. Makushita, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But maybe he's going to get there.
Jeez, have
He just heard you
Yeah.
and got inspired, I think, because he's got the podcast on in the headphones.
Bit of
The podcast.
little bit of light cupping. That looks to me like a Wednesday cupping.
Well, that's many people in the world at the moment would take that as some kind of code.
Well, I was
That
looking
he's
at that.
sending them a message, you know?
Yeah, it looks like someone solved a crossword with the cups on his back there. He's
Connect 4?
four. Now, Ten Shoho
Yes.
is his opponent today, coming in at Juryo 10. Something about this kid.
I love this guy. I don't know why. Just the look of him, the silver mawashi, or is that white? I
that's
know that
silver.
there's been some debate about my perception of silver, but I believe that's silver.
No, there has been a lot of talk on the forums.
I know. Come on, I can see it
Yep.
with my very own eyes. I just think he's great. And we'll be looking for a slightly better score than the 8-7 that he just pulled off on day 15 in September after 5 losses in a row.
Yeah, it was a bit of a rough end to the Basho for him, wasn't it? On your screen, though, Hitoshi. Just a man who understands what it feels like to win. He made his debut in May 2021. Since then, in September 2021, Johnny Dan Yusho. He's also backed it up in July of last year with the Johnny Dan Yusho. He's got a Sandame Yusho. And he also has a Makushita Yusho
Wow.
from last time. Do you know what he needs to round that collection out?
I do.
He needs a Juryo Yusho. It looks like they are ready to go.
He can stop there. The other ones aren't worth it. The top one.
Ten Shoho choosing to come off a slightly longer run up here. If I was Hitoshi, I would be very, very nervous.
Yeah, barreling at him.
Absolutely. They come forward. Hitoshi leg up. What was he looking for there? Ten Shoho driving with that right hand under the chin. Can Hitoshi get out of the way? The answer to that is no.
Oh, Rye Smile.
Rye
Smile alert.
Smile.
Rye Smile
Oh, the
alert.
Yabema, they couldn't find it. They lost him there. the camera person?
Because I think it looked like he had stopped moving backwards, but then I think he staggered a few more steps. They were like wildly out of control of the camera there.
Video magic.
We love you,
Interesting.
Abema.
Wow, I mean, Tenshoho had his hands on the driver's wheel in this bout.
He did. It was him pushing Hitoshi to the side, and then, that right arm at the neck. Hitoshi couldn't get it off, and he tried to move to the side. That's the way to get out of that Nodowa, to get away from it. But there was nowhere for him to go because he was already so close to the Tawara. He ran out of real estate there.
He certainly did. I mean, Tenshoho shows that even for a heavier Rikishi, quite light on his feet there.
Yeah, he was
Good to
pretty
see. All right, the next bout of the day. I mean,
here we go.
I mean, this is the marquee matchup, isn't it? We've got the Clown Prince Aqua up against Takakento.
What is his moniker? The Stomach Prince?
Well, I think he's, what is it? I mean, Takakento is famous for intimidating his opponents at the Tachi-Ai by just giving him an absolute eyeful of his stomach. And we've seen recently he's given them a couple of doses.
Yeah.
Which
a few
I think is
goes.
a great progression.
Is his stomach... Well, we're on Aqua now, which I'm enjoying seeing.
Oh, it's
Love
a
Aqua.
beautiful thing.
Love how many various shades of Mawashi he indulges in. He just like every time I'll have a different shade of blue-green, please.
Yeah. Aqua.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the connection, though.
Well,
is it?
I think that actually Aqua is a shade, right? It's got a, you know how you go FF and then the numbers and that's the colour. What are they, FFs?
I think it's a programming thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. And then, so Aqua is actually like a specific colour, whereas his Aqua is a whole range of different variations of that. Anyway, what am I talking about? Takakento, is his stomach smaller? That's what I was wanting to get out there.
Do
you think the belly is smaller? Do you think he's
look.
lost condition here? Look at it.
Absolutely not. No. No, I know what you're thinking. But
I'm thinking it's tiny.
This is part of the dance. This is part of the drama.
Oh, okay.
He's making it look small.
Okay,
he's
like a
sucking it in.
peacock with his tail in.
You're exactly right about that. So when it does come out, it's like confronting.
He's sucking it in. Like me on a night out.
There's something that I'm remembering about Kyushu Basho. Well, I'll tell you after we take this image. There's the pile on top. 1.5 kilos.
Oh, it's not enough.
No, it's enough. And he hauls that into the air.
That's nice.
Yeah, and I mean, like the day one basic sumo idiots love this kind of stuff, don't they? And I need to say that respectfully because I really like it.
Yeah. We were there on day one in March.
Oh.
We loved it.
I clapped.
Was he doing it then?
Oh, yeah, yes, he was doing it.
Right.
I clapped like an idiot. Have we seen the stomach from Takakento? No, I think it was while Aqua was throwing the salt.
Oh, Aqua, he's moving back. It's dangerous. Takakento moving Aqua around. But it's Aqua who gets Takakento by the arm, hauls him around and gets him out. And he doesn't even do his traditional, like, yes, I've won. He's just accepted the win today, Aqua.
I think he's surprised himself.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because we see after the Tachi-Ai, I think he slips in his own salt. So I think he's kind of like, whoa, what happened?
Lucky. I've been lucky there.
We'll take the replay here. I thought it was good. Good sumo from Takakento. Little bit of a loss of footing. Great recovery here as Aqua's able to turn the tide. Gee, I reckon Aqua stepped out a bit quick there. Anyway, something, dead man rule, who cares? The win goes to Aqua. It's a great, positive way for him to open the Basho. Look at him. What happened?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what happened, Aqua. Sumo took over.
Has he done his eyebrows? Did you see how beautiful his eyebrows look there? He's sculpted those. Now, I've been rocked here in the chat because Shit Goose is actually Matt from Sumo Punks. So, hello, Matt.
Oh,
it's not Goose.
Why didn't I know that?
From Brisbane, who does
the
Salt City Sumo podcast. Another, if you want to watch sumo, look up Salt City Sumo on YouTube. So, hello. Sorry about that.
What else did you want to say?
The other thing I wanted to say was, did we actually miss Takakento's belly?
I already said it. I think it was happening while Akawa was throwing the salt. Yeah. Now, I mean, this is going to happen in these matchups. Now,
that's disappointing.
I put it to you, would it be too much to start the picture or the split screen trial?
Look,
just get a new Gmail address.
To think about it.
They
have to plan, because if they've only got 2 days or 1 day for the split screen, if they can only afford one, then they need to make sure they plan it on a day when Aqua and someone else with a good touchy-eye preparation is on.
What are they doing?
For example, now, Takakento, Aqua.
What are they doing in their production meetings?
Just mucking around.
I mean, you've known the Torakumi for 3 or 4 days now.
Disappointing.
It is disappointing.
This is a fantastic matchup. Let me highlight this one. Takahashi, Nishonoseki Baya. Love this guy. Very successful. I would say didn't quite have the success he was after last time with an 8-7. It's Kachikoshi, so, tick. But maybe was looking to come into Juryo with a bit more of a bang. And Toki Hayate from Shodai Stable. I always feel like I need to mention Shodai. I probably don't. Tokitsukaze Baya.
No, yes you do. And be confident in doing that.
Came back into Juryo in September and went 8-7. We've talked all through the preparation. There's a quick summary for you. Banger of a bout. Takahashi starting a little bit back. Tokihata coming in, getting the left arm in, getting both arms in. He's got the Morizashi here, but Takahashi is holding his arms high, tries to use it to throw, but Tokihata stays firm and pushes Takahashi down.
What a glimpse into the future of sumo. They're getting up. No? Yes? No, he got fell on. What? No, it's a mono-e.
Everybody got fell on. See that lady there?
Yeah.
She loves it.
She's telling her friends. Yeah, she loves it.
She
goes, I could taste him. All right. Now, I'm interested to see a replay here. This one looked pretty straightforward to me. But let's keep an eye on the feet and or hair pull.
Yep. Okay, the feet.
The right foot of Toki Hayate.
Well, I have to say that was so far out. That was the world's biggest step.
Well, this should be
I didn't see it.
A quick mono-e, would you say?
I think that's a reverse. Well, I'm not sure who they called it for. I assumed it was Toki Hayate.
Yes, I think that's the way the Gunbai went.
But that will be a
now we've got
win.
the split screen. Jeez. Now, do we need 2 angles of this is my question.
Maybe it's a minutes thing.
I didn't even think Abema had a camera there.
Abema, you baffle us. Now,
we love your work, though.
We can have a listen to what happens here. But we think it will be a Takahashi win.
Oh, that's some beautiful camera work. Slow pan. Okay, here we go. Yep, given to Takahashi. Yeah, his foot went out first.
So upheld.
Yep.
I thought it went to Tokihata.
Yeah, me
so
too.
It was, sure, it was me who called that wrong.
No, Tori Naoshi.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
I think I spoke over the bit where they said what it was. Now, look, I, for one, support a Tori Naoshi. More sumo.
More sumo.
I mean, I've spoken to you so much about this to the point of you won't listen to me anymore. I've said that every day it should be best of 3 between opponents.
Imagine how long sumo would go for then. It's the dream.
It's the dream.
We can just put a full day aside, a full 15 days aside. Everyone has to take leave every tournament, all of us.
You'd start at 6 a.m., wrap up at probably 1 a.m. The right amount of sumo. Now, Toki Hayate, I don't want to read too much into his body language, but can he be bothered with another bout? I don't know.
Well, at least they've both been able to flick the top knots back and get themselves into a bit of shape for this. That's the thing about the Torinashi. You can sometimes be in a bit of a state of dishevelment.
Are you talking about me?
Well, are you?
Yes. Well, I was going to say one of the things about the Kyushu Basho is that the Sumo Mainichi headquarters, the studio.
Yep.
When the sumo starts, the sun hits it.
Oh, yeah.
And this time of year gets very, very hot. And I'm starting to get a bit...
pretty hot.
Getting a bit hot.
Because we can't have the aircon on unless you want it to sound like this.
Looks like they're ready to go. Toki Hayate down. Comes forward, trying to get on the belt of Takahashi, but Takahashi with that left hand spins around Toki Hayate. Clever's trying to spin. He spins, he pushes forward. Wow, and he takes him down. Yoritoshi, I believe. And I tell you what, he looks very satisfied with that result. 2 brilliant bouts that we got treated to there.
They were really good, actually. And the dishevelled Toki Hayate comes out on top. I'm going to need to watch that first bout again a couple of times because I thought it was quite clear. I'm interested in what chat says. No, they're cool with it.
Some great defense here from Takahashi, but Toki Hayate just found a way in. Brilliant presence of mind there. Oh, gee, that was close as well. And that's a Yoritoshi win for him.
Double the work on day one. He's
going to take my jumper off.
Yep.
It's so hot.
He's tired. He's going to go home. He's going to have Chunko. He's going to have a bath maybe because he's put in more work than he needed to then, Toki Hayate, for a win on day one. Which brings us to the next bout, and it is Mr. Sumo stepping up in the dojo. We are still blessed with this man on our sumo timelines. Chiyomaru, we love you.
Yeah, I think that's very, very safe to say. He's coming into this Basho at Juryo 8. Let me take you through the second half of this year. July, Chiyomaru 8-7 at Juryo 11. September, at Juryo 10, 8-7.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel something building?
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
It's building. He's starting to find his confidence again. Starting to just remember the presence that he can be.
No 4-11s in sight.
Just going to take a quick ad break there. Chiyomaru's opponent today, Tamashoho.
Tamashoho. Very popular. I would say popular Rikishi. He's popular with me, at least. Known for the sumo bite of his towel before he gets going. He is someone that you would want the Abema split screen for.
I'll tell you what.
When don't
you want it?
Missing out on his pre-bout routine because of Aqua's salt throw that we see every single time. Anyway, he went terribly in September, very obviously, kind of in the Azumaryu style of limping. He's 30 years old, so he's not in the Azumaryu area in terms of age and stage of the career. So I really hope that he can come back from whatever his fairly dire-looking leg injury was. He went 4-11, and it looked like he wasn't going to get his second win at all. He got his first on day 5, and he didn't get his second until day 11.
Yikes.
Against the aforementioned Azumaryu. We just missed the bite of the towel there. I saw it in reverse. And then he picked up another couple. So he did end up on 4-11, but the feet still very heavily strapped. And I wonder what his vibe is here.
We were having a look at him, his gait as he walked in for the Juryo Doyo Iri, and yeah, I felt he was still being a little bit careful.
Yeah.
We can see both ankles strapped, as we see a couple of Chiyomaru fans.
Has he got that? He got that towel signed. Look at the sign.
Oh, right.
That's the autograph I meant. That's nice.
Never washed that towel.
No. So two very different.
Oh, look at that camera work. There we go.
Focus in on the belly. It's Chiyomaru versus Tamashoho. Tamashoho comes in hard, but Chiyomaru almost steps back. Tamashoho gets on the belt, and it looks like he is feeling much stronger there.
Well,
he dominated.
He has sent a very clear message to the sumo world today. The ankles, they're fine. Gee, he looked good. So much forward movement here.
Yeah, really, really cool from him. When you see a Rikishi with a clear injury, they just don't come forward as quickly as he does.
Look at this.
I mean, that was nearly a mistake, actually.
Well,
he was staggering around a bit.
I didn't like to see the head go down there, but just on the belt. Wow, that looks very, very good for Tamashoho. And hopefully he can put that injury behind him and move up from his current spot of Juryo 7.
Seen in the chat a question about the Makuuchi Yusho winner. Who do you think is going to win this time around? We have Terunofuji out We have, it's Shioshoma time. We have Asaniyama out. Kyujo, we don't know if he's going to come back. Terunofuji won't.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see
I wouldn't be surprised
Asaniyama
either. Yep.
after a few days, maybe.
Yep. He has a abdominal injury, the left fibula, as I understand it.
Oh, okay. The fibula
No,
is the small bone that runs behind the tibula.
Yeah, that's in the leg though,
Yeah,
so I
it's
don't
the
know what
leg.
the abdominal
Anyway.
bit is. We don't know.
He's got a leg bone in
Who
his
do you
stomach.
think's going to win Makuuchi? Well, for our predictions, you'll have to listen to our to the Sumo Mainichi podcast tonight for day one. But what do you?
Yeah, so I've seen a few people. We've got a few Hoshoryus. We've got some Kirishima. Yeah, I need to think about it a little bit. But let's focus on the bout at the moment. Chiyoshoma in a Juryo 6 after an absolute disastrous 3-12 from Maegashira 15 back in September. Look, I think this will be quite interesting seeing him down this low.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a big fan, genuinely a big fan of Chiyoshoma's belt sumo.
Yep.
He's got a very difficult opponent today in Daishoho, though. Very hard to move.
Definitely does. We are running the Chiyoshoma Henka competition. It's closed now, so if you didn't get in, there's always next time. And I mentioned that very exciting prize coming up in January. But this time it's a Chiyoshoma Tagata from the Tagata store. Super cool. Thank you so much, Dr. Ben Marshman, for supplying that prize. And there are two people for day one, Henka. It's Hakuoi Sumo and Leonard, from who talks to us a lot about the Banzuke.
Yeah.
He's very active in sumo discussions on Twitter. And so it comes down to these two for day one. Will there be a Henka from this man, Chiyoshoma?
It's a brave person who picks day one.
Well, you might just go for it, right?
Dr. Ben Marshman in the chat tells us that Tucker Keisho has had more Henka this year than the 3 years prior combined.
Oof.
Well, if that isn't a cry for help, I don't know what is. Shit Goose, we are in the process of making a dog act t-shirt.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we will do it.
Daishoho, look, let's not talk about this guy. He had a shocker in September. That's all I need to say. It was 3-12. He fell
Yikes.
from
Where was he?
Maegashira 17.
Yeah, right.
He had spent 4 basho in the Maegashira ranks, got as high as 13 this time around, but no good.
Gyorji getting ready in his resplendent peach outfit. Chiyoshoma, what's going through his head? His first time in Juryo for a long time. Daishoho down first, comes forward. Great to see under the arms of Daishoho, but Daishoho's hard to move, locks him up on the front of the belt. Great sumo, that's what I was talking about. Not a great angle there for the sumo fan known as Dia Mummy.
Yep, super fan. She must be sitting on the other side this time around.
I think so. It's caught the coverage completely off guard.
I love that there's one person in Abema just tasked. Find Dia Mummy and go in when that stable's ricochet are up.
You know what? I could completely see a Chiyoshoma Yusho. You know, like...
Oh, yeah. Me too, actually.
He's very, very good on the belt.
Yeah.
Brings a lot of sumo. Some would argue he's in the Juryo zone of optimal sumo.
Yeah, well, when you think about him coming up against Ono Sato, who's up next, it's actually exciting to think about what someone big and young and inexperienced will do against someone more lithe. I call Chiyoshoma lithe. You can't hanker like that and not be lithe, can you?
I agree.
I've said lithe 3 times in a row and it's lost all meaning, that word. I really look forward to matchups like that where someone with so much experience will
totally.
prove an obstacle, perhaps.
The man on your screen at the moment, Ono Sato, the sensation, the 23-year-old sensation at Nishono Sekibeya in only his 4th basho, can you believe? I can believe it. He went 12-3 at Juryo 14 and finds himself now at Juryo 5. This kid is bound for great things. There's no doubt about it. He's got that Nishonoseki polish, even at this young age.
Not quite on his hair, though. It's a bit out of control
Nah,
today.
you know what? You can't control that.
Like, you can't keep it under control.
No.
I bet he can't wait till he can get it up because it's getting long and it's getting unruly. His opponent is Shishi. Lots of excitement for this young man. He has a six-pack today. He's been working out very popular Rikishi.
I tell you what, Juryo 5, this would be his
Sure is.
highest rank.
Sure is.
Look at his journey through Juryo.
Yep.
Juryo 12 in July, 9.6. Juryo 8 in September, 9.6. This time, who knows?
Known for very active sumo. He is rough. He absolutely goes for it. And he'll need to against someone like Ono Sato.
Well,
I'm enjoying this matchup on day one.
This is the first time they've met, so an absolute stroke of genius by the programmers to put this on and really thrill that crowd. You can see the excitement on their faces right now. They are losing their collective minds. Look at them.
Oh.
They don't know where they are.
Look at that vague touching of hands together.
Yeah.
Time for some highballs, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean,
guys.
that begs the question, doesn't it? Do these people know that you can buy alcohol from convenience stores? And I don't need to look. I know there'd be one less than 60 seconds walk from this venue.
That's right. Well, we will be there on day 8.
We will be day 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12.
This coming Friday. We'll zoom off to Fukuoka. And you will probably not see us in the stadium because they never find us with the cameras. Here we go. Ono Sato coming forward. Shishi, was that a henka? And it has not worked out for him because Ono Sato, he doesn't like it. He shakes the head at the end. He's like, why would you do that against me on day 1? I'm punishing it.
I'm a little bit lost for words here. Dr. Ben, I'm going to wait for your call on this as we take the replay. Was it a meet and move? Was it a henka? It doesn't matter. Look, in terms of an opening move, it was quite successful from Shishi in terms of getting that left hand on the belt. But watching Ono Sato react so quickly with such a cool head, this is the reason that everyone is talking about this kid out on the streets.
Was able to follow him around.
Yeah, it was good footwork, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I do think that flick of the head at the end was just like, you know, I'm pleased with myself here because you thought that was a good move. You thought that you needed to do that well.
And it was very un-Shishi, wasn't it?
Yeah, we mostly see him come forward. I mean, I said before that his style of sumo was quite aggressive. It's forward moving. He throws people around a lot. He's a real yeeter. Yeah. And he I guess he tried to come from another angle for his yeet today, but it did not work for him.
So the people have spoken. They don't believe that was a henka. Thank you, Minor One, for coming up with a name of a nenka.
I love it.
I love it.
Yeah, that is
the non-henka.
Now in the Sumo Mainichi parlance.
It is. It's part of the lexicon now when you're too busy to say non-henka, which I am. All right, let's have a look at this next bout. Daiamami up against Mitoryu. In terms of history between our opponents today, this is the bout that has the richest history. They have met 12 times, Daiamami and Mitoryu. The record very much favouring Mitoryu, 9 wins to Daiamami's 3 wins. A lot of, well, this will be a grudge match, won't it?
There's a lot of Daiamami fans in the audience absolutely screaming his name.
He's a likeable Rikishi.
I like how kids' voices frequencies at the sumo can just penetrate through everyone else's. You can always hear who a kid is barracking for. And there is a kid in this stadium barracking for Daiamami.
Well, I think there'd be more than just one kid because he's from Kagoshima, Ken.
Ah, that's why.
So hometown lad.
There we go.
Now we've got this beautiful rear and to the right shot of superfan Daiamami. Can't see what's on the towel.
I reckon I can guess.
Yeah.
And I reckon it's not Mitoriu.
So we'll I think...
But can I just say both of these guys matching their Moashi colour with the towels?
And it's beautiful
I love
touch.
that when the Moashi colour is bold. So we've got a nice bold purple, a nice bold orange, beautiful, exactly matched towels. Good work, gents.
It should be standard.
It should be. And many do it. And it's beautiful to see. But I just noticed that with the purple and the orange. I enjoyed that. Oh, it's double Goose in the chat too. Goose is here. Goose, we had a misunderstanding before as to whether you were here or not.
Right.
But good to see you here now.
Okay. Now, Minor 1 is putting forward some very, very interesting framework of classification. We've got 1, the meet and move, 2, the meet and greet. That's not one I'm so familiar with. And 3, the meet and yeet. As we get ready for this bout, the gunbai is pointed forward. Daiamami on the left of your screen, Mitoriu on the right. The crowd falls silent in anticipation of this bout. Daiamami, an awkward touchy eye from both there, pushing against each other. Hard to see who has the advantage. Daiamami tenderly
cradling.
cupping the head of Mitoriu. This is a beautiful, tender sumo moment. But Daiamami comes forward. What can Mitoriu do under all this pressure? Tries an arm throw. It doesn't work. Here he's pouring on the pressure. Daiamami, right hand on the belt, slows them up.
Raise the camera. Raise the camera.
Bring the camera up a touch, guys. And now the crowd come to life. They know what they're seeing here. This is 2 great warriors, 2 masters of their craft going at it. And we see an absolute stalemate here.
What do we got? The right hand of Daiamami on. Both right hands on. Both left hands flapping in the wind.
Now, it's hard to say here who I think would initiate, because I think both of these rikishi known for their patience.
I think they're tired too.
I think they've absolutely spent all of the gas in the tank.
And look, here are the Makuuchi rikishi waiting to finish off the day. They're going to have to wait some more.
Well, I mean, this what a great bout to get the crowd interested in sumo. And this goes out to everyone listening. If you have a child in the house, get them in front of this and show them what real skill, talent and work looks like, because you won't see anything better than this.
I think it's going to be Daiamami initiating here. He has to.
Okay, well, Mitoriu, the left arm. He's done the puppet, dangling it there as a distraction. Now Daiamami goes forward. Oh, good defense from Mitoriu. Does the puppet arm again. Little bit of mime. That's going to be distracting Daiamami, I believe.
He's like, look, I'm against the glass window.
Yeah. Just look how
I'm going downstairs.
Look how deep that right hand is. Mitoriu moves forward. This is amazing sumo. Oh, Daiamami, the defense there.
Oh, I'm going down a lift.
That's very, very intense. Oh, this is a fascinating bout. Slaps. A little bit of a slap from the left arm on Mitoriu.
Well, we know that the slap and then the initiate can be a thing.
You have to distract.
Yeah.
I'd say Mitoriu is winning in terms of the mind games here.
He's closer to the Tuara as
well. I know, when did that happen? He's moved Daiamami around. Daiamami, this would be playing on his mind. He doesn't have a lot of room behind him. And look at Mitoriu bearing down. Oh, the crowd appreciate this. This is sumo at its best.
Well, they are actually getting quite fired up about this one. That's what a
stalemate
does.
A bit of movement. Oh, Mitoriu. Oh, and he's dumped him off.
Ouchie.
Wow. Put the towel away. It hasn't been a successful day there. And listen to the crowd. I mean, this is the kind of bout that you'd go to work on Monday and people would say, what did you do on the weekend? You'd say, I went to the sumo.
Yeah.
Did you see the Daiamami Mitoriu bout? You're like, I was there.
I was there for it.
I
saw it.
Wow, look, I mean, and what...
Don't need a replay.
No, you do need a replay, but how do you choose what to show in this fascinating bout? Well, they've chosen the end.
Yeah, they've chosen the
Wow, look at that. I mean, Mitoriu just...
Oh.
Just technically a better rikishi there.
Oh, when you land on your tailbone like that, it's no good. A couple of times I've had a few high borers and that.
I think it distributed the force of the fall across his back. So I think that'd be...
Oh, that's great.
I think the coccyx is
safe,
completely untouched there.
Now, Goose said in the chat that Daiamami was actually Daiamami's mother.
Mummy.
Is that true?
No, she looks too young.
I don't know if that's true, but
Hang
I'm
on.
quite willing to.
Are Dayamami and
Have it.
Daishoho brothers?
No,
Are we sure?
no,
We would have heard.
no. Yeah, water break potential. That's true. They should have given them a little go. Now we're having that. Oh yes, we're having this. Yeah.
We're having
Suddenly
this.
thought it
Gee,
was the Makuuchi Doyo Iri. I suddenly thought it was the end of Juryo, and I just hadn't realised. We still have 3 bouts to go. Kageyaki or Shoma, got a bit to say about that. Bushozan Shimazumi and Aoyama Kodoshoho, a couple of names we wouldn't necessarily have thought would be up the top of Juryo here. But we have now let's look at the layout here. I always love to analyse this. Kodonowaka's done a great job, and I have to give Abi a great job here of staggering themselves.
No, I'll tell you,
Left-hand side, it's
left-hand
better.
side's great.
Yep, they get the tick this time around.
Right-hand side's a mess.
Can't see Hokuto Fuji
No. But, I mean, that's the way he likes it.
to be obscured by greatness.
Oh, greatness.
No, to go under the radar. Right?
Exactly. I think I'm ready to make my first round of Yusho predictions.
Yes.
And you know
okay.
I have many
Okay.
revisions.
You going for Jonakuchi
You know,
first?
no. I'm only worried about the top division.
Okay.
It's Daisho's time.
Mm.
I feel
Okay.
like he's one of these Rikishi who he's built the foundation. He's been quite consistent. He could just pop up. He could be there at the end with enough wins, maybe 12, maybe 13. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, to get his second.
Yeah, he's
Get
second.
another one on the cards. He's been crowded out. Takakeisho just takes up. He's such a wide load. He's taken up so much space. Just look how much space there
Oh
is
no,
for
I
Daisho.
see. I mean,
Yeah, so that's an interesting prediction. I like that. I really like that. And
Where
I think
are you
he's
leaning?
hungry.
he's starving.
Where am I leading? It's a great question. I think Takakeisho has had some injury issues leading up to this, so I'm not sure. Otherwise, I would just say him. I would just say that it's another Takakeisho go. I think he's so keen for the Yokozuna promotion that he would really go for it again and use every skill and talent and move that he had.
I read between the lines. I read between the lines there.
But I'm not sure that I saw something about a neck injury, which we know that he's had before and can really impact his fitness, obviously. So Atami Fuji, I've seen a lot of talk about, will he come back and achieve? I think that was his one opportunity for now, and now he's come up. He's really in the
mix.
Midst of it.
Yep.
This is not a Yusho question for him at the moment. So is it going to be someone like Kirishima, Hoshoryu? They have to be two of the top thoughts for me.
Yeah.
Daisho, absolutely. I think the Sekiwake and Hoshoryu are probably my main targets here for Yusho thoughts.
But pick one now. We can revise it.
Kirishima.
Jeez, okay, yeah.
I'm going to go Kirishima. I would love that. I mean, that's just me liking it, I guess. That's not really a useful parameter.
I just need to reference the chat here. Goose has said Wakamoto Haru can get Ozeki if he goes 15-0. Now, I'll tell you what. I really appreciate sumo dreamers. And I count myself as a sumo dreamer. 15-0 is not impossible.
You're not a sumo dreamer. You're a sumo realist.
I think I've got a foot in both camps.
Oh, okay. That's a nice way to go. I need to talk about Oshoma.
Yeah, we all need to talk about Oshoma as a sumo support group. What has gone on here? This very, very troubling news about Naruto Bayer and the things that have been going on there.
So we've seen an article, I'm sure everyone, or many people have seen it, that 3 young Rikishi have left the stable due to abuse from more senior Rikishi, and I think the one that was named was Oshoma. Started apparently when he got to Juryo, and those younger Rikishi were not supported by Naruto Oyakata, ex-Kotoshu, and that he just did some awful things to them. We know there's a lot of violence and hazing and everything that goes on in stables. I guess that we all think that would like to think that maybe it's changing. That there's I've really lowered the tone of it.
No,
but
I
it's
mean,
still funny. Sorry,
we
chat,
need
you're
to,
still
we need
making
to
us
talk
laugh.
about it. And I think I just want to check in with everyone. Is it okay if we boo Oshoma?
Yeah. Well, we noticed with the Juryo Doya Iri that the
yeah.
response to him was a little bit cooler. People, I'm not sure in Japan you're ever going to get booing, but the clapping was cooler, I thought.
No, I completely agree. I mean, I don't want to get too dramatic here, but this matchup today, it's good versus evil.
Well, Kageyaki is pure good.
No, he is.
You know when you're like chaotic good, neutral good.
I think
Kageyaki is
lawful
neutral good, lawful good.
Oh, lawful good.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, apparently.
And Oshoma maybe chaotic bad.
Okay, well, it's
How these
chaotic
things
evil.
work. Evil.
So I've heard from my friends who are dorks. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, but really shocking that the Oyakata in particular. I mean, you can have a bad egg. It seems like maybe he's struggled with this rise to some sort of fame, and Naruto Oyakata just wasn't able to do anything. He said that's how it was in the old days. Apparently, he was quite heavily bullied when he started as a foreign Rikishi.
Break the cycle. Break the cycle.
Exactly.
Now, this is, I mean, it's not a...
Oh, Kageyaki Tao.
It's not an uncommon thing. You get the Juryo, you get a big head. You think you've made it. You get your own room. You start getting some money. You got people cooking your meals for you. You start to push people around. I don't like it. And I'm actually genuinely surprised that we haven't seen some kind of action taken from the JSA.
Yeah, so no action.
I'm surprised he's out here today.
Naruto Baya has quite an active Instagram and Twitter account, and they've just been going as normal. So they came out with all there's a lot of Rikishi there. They all did their, hello, I'm so-and-so, and I, hope that I do well here. And they've just gone ahead with it. There's been no action here. We've talked a lot about this, but I'm going to move on to the actual bout now. But I guess this is just... a bit disappointing to see, and I'm barracking for Kageyaki.
Boo Oshoma.
Boo.
If the allegations are true.
Yeah. Allegations. I think I have to say that.
I think we have to say that.
Kageyaki!
Oh, look at the...
He has heard about the allegations.
Well, and he's given him one. He said that's for the kids who you made quit sumo.
Not only quit, like...
Yeah, I mean, they're traumatized.
Really bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, kill him,
Reset.
Kageyaki. Let's go.
Get those robot arms happening. Discover your vibe of sumo.
He'll do it.
Get in the zone. It's Zos time for you, Kageyaki, please.
Is it?
I think so.
That's it.
He comes in hard, Kageyaki. He's activated the arms. He hasn't been able to stay on the trajectory that he likes, straight forward, but he gets on the angle and he absolutely shoves him out. And I think now Kageyaki might have done something for all of us here.
Well, he certainly did. He did what the sumo community wanted to do, which was push Oshoma off the doyo.
Yep.
And look how cool Kageyaki looks. And look at this man. Beside himself.
Just loving life.
Yeah. Got a short little towel. Only one kanji on there.
We have been debating what we do with our towels. We've probably got about 20 towels now to hold up. Do we take them all back over to Japan? Like, that's half a suitcase. Do we buy new ones? I think we've landed on taking a few of the old faves, short eye, both of them, and then we buy new ones. So I think Kageyaki... He's definitely on the list now because he's repped here.
Well, I mean, is hero too strong a word?
He's a hero.
It's not. Chat's making me laugh, I gotta say.
All three of Kageyaki's mistresses.
What's
happening there?
Let's go back.
Is there things I don't know about Kageyaki?
Yeah, I know. I didn't know that. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
He's a handsome man.
He's a very, very, very good-looking man.
Just a taller Endo. He is.
The man known as the taller Endo. Yeah. I like that. I just want to jump back to the Dungeons and Dragons talk we were alluding to. I think I was the saddest Dungeons and Dragons person ever.
Oh, yeah.
I bought the books.
Oh, yes.
But had no friends to play with. the saddest dork of all.
And not only that, but now we have a friend who plays it. So
Yeah.
now at 46,
Yeah, 46. Nah.
we might go back and do it.
I'd feel too self-conscious.
Oh, would you?
Yeah, I would, yeah.
What
What would I
you
be,
have?
an elf?
What would your first character be? I don't think you'd be an elf. A dark elf, maybe.
No, I think I'd be like, what's someone who just trades goods?
You're always stealth. Like your characters in role-playing games are always stealth.
No, I think I'd want to work in a shop and just be looking at cost of goods
Oh, yeah.
and what kind of margins we could get on wheat. That's
You
what
just
I'd
want to
do.
make money. We have Bushozan here against
Let's
Shimazumi.
focus.
Two small boys who are very good at sumo. Shimazumi, he's gone 9-6 last time around.
I'm going to pull you up there. Are they good at sumo? Well, they're better than me.
I've got to say something.
No,
with
you've
my
got to
mouth,
say
I don't know. Good at sumo.
Let's. Well, they must be if they're here.
They're here.
They're here.
Yeah.
Bushozan, 27 years old.
Yes.
Gee, the years have gone
Correct.
quickly.
Oh, yeah. He
Haven't
was
they?
only, just the other day, he was only 3.
It's hard to. Well, I guess he was. Made his debut back in 2014. Ibaraki Ken.
They're both 27. Shimazumi, he's 27 as well.
Oh, well, there's something beautifully reflective of this bout
Oh,
today.
where are they up to in their respective lives?
In terms of record, they're 3-3.
Yes. Wow.
So lots of parallels going on here.
Wow.
Looks like we're ready to go. Shimazumi comes forward looking for the front of the Bushozan belt. He's still got it. But Bushozan fights off as the Sagari falls to the floor.
It was a battle to see who was going to fall over first, and it was Shimazumi. He is thrust down to the ground by Bushozan. Bushozan absolutely celebrating that he was not the one pushed down first here.
Thanks for jumping in there as my throat failed. Yeah, I mean, that's a Bushozan way to lose.
Yeah, yeah, and he's won with a
Today.
Bushozan way to lose. He's Bushozan'd his opponent.
Which has to be a great feeling on day one. So that takes their record to 4-3. Let's take a look at the replay here. Was Shimazumi a bit endo style, a bit focused on the front of that belt there early on? Goods, yeah, great high thrusting attacks there from Bushozan.
I do wonder if that played into his angle a little bit later, that he was, his feet weren't quite underneath him. But honestly, both of these guys, 27, got 9-6 and were 3-3. I think that's worth mentioning.
Something.
I like that bout.
Well, welcome to Juryo. Aoyama.
Yep.
I mean, this feels weird.
Let me look when he was in here last.
Can I try to guess?
Yes, I know we've already
I reckon, yeah, we did talk about this
looked
last
it
time.
up, but-
It's been a long time. I
Yes,
reckon
it
it's 2011
Oh, earlier.
or 2007.
2018. 2018.
Hang on, earlier, so you mean later?
What did you say first?
Earlier.
What year did you say first?
2011 or 2012?
Later. I thought you said 2021 for
Wow,
some
the
reason.
passage of time is a confusing concept.
Yeah.
Especially in sumo.
Yeah.
This is the
Especially
final
when it's
bout.
this hot.
Yeah, it's very...
We have to say it's so hot in here.
Yeah, it's so
Just
hot.
Australian sun through blinds.
Yep. This room is very small.
Very small, very hot. Okay, so 2018 for one Basho at Juryo. He went back to Juryo. He went 9-6 and popped straight back up again, which he might do here.
He will do the same thing, no doubt. about
Well,
that.
he was much younger then. How much younger? What year was it again? 2018. About
He was
27
14
years younger.
old.
He's now 37 years old. He's one of the oldest guys.
He sure
Danny,
is.
in the top, or previously,
Yeah,
before
Makuchi.
in the top division. Now at Juryo 1. What can he do here after he's 5'10" against Kodasho?
Yeah, Kodasho. I mean, this is a very, very interesting matchup to have on day one. They do have some history. It's 5 wins to Aoyama to 2 wins from Kodasho. What are we going to see? Now, look, we're getting a great shot of the doyo here. I'm a little concerned to
Cracks.
see so many cracks
Yeah.
on the side.
We've been looking a lot at the weather in Fukuoka, and it's not particularly hot. It's been in the
Well-
low 20s.
Do you know what I think it is? I think it's a low humidity. That cold, dry air.
Uh-huh.
Now, we've all made that mistake preparing a doyo. You think, well, it's cold. I won't put too much water in.
No,
yeah,
I've done
exactly.
that.
You've done that.
Yep.
Yeah. You've prepared some horrendous doyo in your time.
Haven't I ever?
Yeah, so look, I mean, the message, I've been very consistent with this. Just because it's cold doesn't mean you need to back off on the water. You've got to keep the clay wet.
Yeah, funnel it in.
You funnel it in.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cracks. It looks like a cricket pitch from the, and I can't quite complete this joke because I love cricket, but I don't know about the pitches in the 80s. Anyway, we're about to go for it here. Aoyama Koroshoho. Oh, they nearly went a couple of times here. Aoyama with the slaps, the tsupari, tries to throw Koroshoho down, and he does. Does he step out?
No,
I don't
he
want to
doesn't.
call it because I called it earlier today and I was wrong. No, given to Aoyama. Nobody's getting up.
I mean, this is classic Aoyama.
Yep.
Tsupari attacking, attacks as the opponent moves forward to try to close that gap, pulls them down. He was very aware of how much room he had here. I think he was probably up on the Tawara as Koroshoho went down. So we see the replay here. Look at this beautiful attacks there. Gave Koroshoho. It was close. It was very, very close.
Koroshoho, what's happening here with you?
I mean, look.
We didn't answer that question today. We didn't even dip into it, but maybe we will in the future. Koroshoho loss, Aoyama win. That's the end of Juryo. We see all our favourite guys coming up. Some of the Juryo debutantes. We should mention them as Juryo, not stalwarts, but people we've really enjoyed in Juryo. Kid Nowaka, Roga. The others? No, Tomokaze. Stiggy, am I right? Tomokaze.
Churanoumi.
Yeah, Churanoumi.
I know. Churanoumi.
Tomokaze. How is this going to go? Here he comes.
Look at, I mean,
Clap
this is it,
guy.
isn't it? This is huge. Enjoy this.
Oh.
Drink it in, Tomokaze. Catch up to the other boys, though. You're lagging behind.
Yeah. Foot's not working. We know it doesn't work.
Who does he have today? Let's have a look.
He has Tsurugisho.
That's not easy.
No,
but
not
what's
easy
their
at
record?
all. 1-0 Tomokaze.
Yeah, okay.
We have Tohakuryu comes up against the glory of Ichiyamamoto, who we are just thrilled to see back up in the Makuuchi ranks. Roga comes up against Churanoumi, so that's basically just a Juryo
more
bout.
Juryo, yep.
And Kid Nowaka against poor old Nishiki Fuji, who's playing down with the Juryo boys.
Been a rough time for him.
Yeah, really rough. What a day of sumo this is. Thank you so much for being with us for the best second division in any sport. I'm going to extend it out to Juryo. I can't stop looking at these guys and wanting to comment on them, so I'm going to call an end to it. If you'd like to donate to the Sumo Mainichi Sake Fund, you can through PayPal.
Can I just interrupt?
Please.
There's Takeyasu.
Yes.
Look at him.
There he is. He's been training. Actually, I saw him training. He was at Sakaigawa.
Oh, was he really? Yeah,
and
right.
He absolutely put Hirodumi through the ringer. Hirodumi was like falling down with how much they were absolutely going for it. So
the perfect way to end 2023 would be getting prematurely excited about a Takeyasu Yusho and then being disappointed. What a way to close out the year.
Do it.
Yeah, let's do
Abi.
it. Let's go in. Boo. Nah, he's all
right.
All right. Sorry, you were trying to wrap things up. I just saw Takeyasu.
No, well, I mean, we can absolutely commentate the doyo.
Well,
I say we go through it.
Commentate's a strong word. We're just naming them.
Okay, Daisho, that's who you have called. I'm going to timestamp this.
Damn. I was hoping you'd
Daisho
forgotten
Yusho,
about that.
I haven't. Takekeisho, how are you going? How's that neck feeling?
Yeah.
All right, we can do the other side as well.
Oh, look,
We're
why
staying.
not? Yeah. Just call them out as they come through. Yeah.
Takeyasu.
Well, this is a simple thing of tail management.
Oh, yeah.
It's very, very hard to do when you have multiple. Yeah.
No, that's Tomowashi.
No, you're Shoto. Well done. Kanji reading.
Thank you.
Damn.
I mean, I do own like 4 short eye towels.
camera trained on Takakeisho. Do you really feel that in the Fukuoka, I think it's the Kokusai Center where they hold the sumo, you really get up close and personal to the rikishi?
Yeah, well, we will be day 8 to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yep.
We'll be there. Feel like you can get much closer. This is surely the smallest
I believe
one out of all of them.
Yeah.
Although it looks maybe on par with the Osaka.
No, Osaka's pretty
it looks
big.
smaller.
Yeah. Okay, who are we spotting here?
Nishiki Fuji leading them out. He would not like to be in that position.
No, it's a lot of pressure on him, actually.
Yep.
It's not what he needs right now. Is
Left
my
arm
problem.
heavily strapped.
Yeah. I mean, these guys would be walking up to the doyo, looking at the cracks, going, "It's going to be a fast pitch out there."
It's going to fall apart.
Yeah. There he is. The man, Ichi Yamamoto. Returning to Makuuchi. So great to have him back.
Like, congratulations on stepping up
Yeah.
on the doyo in Makuuchi.
Yeah.
Ichi Yamamoto, you've absolutely done it.
Let's not ignore Tsurugisho. Yep.
Up against Tomokaze today. Tamawashi fallen down very, very low.
We've been talking about, is this the end? And I hope that the answer to that is negative.
Yeah. Hirodumi.
He's got the Golden Gate Bridge, a famous landmark in San Francisco for some reason, on his Kesho Mawashi. No one knows why. Kotoeko.
Gambare. Kotoeko. That's all I'm allowed to sing at this point.
Now, interestingly, Takayumi on his Kesho Mawashi has the DNA of his family lineage. He's looked into that. Atami Fuji.
Atami Fuji, we see him at Maegashira 8, by far, obviously, his highest rank so far. How is he going to perform? I have poo-pooed him so far. Not pooed.
Have
That's
you?
too far.
I've
I
never
just
heard that
think that
before.
it's difficult for him.
Let's not ignore Gonoyama
up that
stepping
high.
up at his highest rank.
Yes.
Oh, we're taking an ad.
well,
Well,
that's the
that
end.
feels like a natural end.
Thank you, everyone, for being with us for Juryo and 3/4 of the Makuuchi Doyo Iri. You guys are the best. Let's enjoy sumo for a full 15 days. Gambatte kudasai.
Thank you. We'll see you on the podcast.
Bye.
Bye.